Pope Francis once said that the culture of waste has made us insensitive, even to the waste and disposal of food. He said throwing away food is like stealing from the table of the poor and the hungry. Food waste is indeed a serious problem, especially in the developed world, and especially when we consider the social and economic costs that go into disposing it. Today we have on Touch Base in Seoul the co-founder of a company that is trying to tackle this issue in its own way. I'm delighted to say that we have Lin Hwang, the co-founder and CEO of Damogo. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So first off, can you tell us briefly about your company, how you and your co-founder came up with this idea?
Sure. First, we're a mobile app, basically at restaurants and bakeries and other food stores. At the end of the day, there's food that went unsold. You've probably been to a bakery and there's still pastries on the shelf at the end of the day. Maybe you wonder what happens to it. Most of the time, it ends up in the trash. So what we do is we partner with these stores and they upload it to our app at half price instead of throwing it away, and then anybody can purchase it, have at a significant savings, and do their part in reducing waste and preventing it from going into the garbage. Yeah.
So it's like a win-win for both, really, for the customers win-win. And for the restaurants as well.
And for the environment, and just for everyone. And if even for local government, because they'll save money on food waste disposal costs. So it's a complete win-win. Yeah.
I mean, how did you come up with this idea? I understand it was your co-founder, Mohammed Faris, who came up with the idea, but you immediately recognized it as something with potential.
Right. So I've been in the food industry for 13 years in small-scale manufacturing and import-export, and I myself have thrown away tons of food because we couldn't get rid of it and we had to pay to get rid of it. I hated doing it, but there was no choice. So I've always cared about this. But Faras, I met Faras through an intern I had, and what happened with him was when he was a student at Korea24, he ordered him and his roommate ordered three whole pies of pizza. I'm not sure why they ordered three, but they actually finished two. They had one left. They were going to throw it out. And then Faras says, no, wait, we can't throw this out. It's untouched. Let me go around selling it. So he went around selling it for 1,001 per slice around his dorms, and he sold it all within minutes. So he thought, hey, this probably happens all the time. I want to reduce food waste. He approached me, and I told him, this is great. Let's do this. I've always cared about this, and this is something that we can totally do together. So that's how it happened.
Right. I love that story. That light bulb eureka moment.
Right.
You obviously, as you built up this company, you started in 2017, I understand, but then you've only actually launched the app very recently in June.
Right, we did pilot testing in June and just launched in June. Yeah.
Right, but you must have done your research on this issue as well.
Yeah.
I mean, how much food actually goes to waste, do we know, in Korea?
We've done a ton of research for a long time before we even actually started doing this full time, but actually in the world, 1/3 of all the food produced in the world that's edible, untouched, goes to waste. I mean, that's 1/3. In Korea, it's lower, but it's still significant. It's 20%. Okay. So 20% of all the food that's produced here in Korea that's untouched goes to waste. And that equates to 2,000 tons per day in this country. 2,000 tons. We can probably feed everyone that needs this food over and over again. But it gets disposed of and it goes to waste. It's a huge number, and people don't know about this, and one of the things we're trying to do is create awareness about this issue so people can think about this and think twice before they actually throw something away, or think twice before they leave that food on the plate to go to waste.
And it costs money to throw away food
as well,
right? It costs money,
yeah, it does.
For both the restaurant and for the government as well.
Correct. So in Korea, the more food waste you have, the more you have to pay to dispose of it. And of course, the local government too has to pay to get rid of it as well.
So you've launched this app now. It is already starting to become popular. I mean, what has people's reaction been, especially the restaurant owners? How have they reacted to when you've come to them saying we have this idea?
Yeah. So for the restaurants, one of the little challenges we have is some of the restaurant owners or managers think that it's maybe too good to be true, that there's something behind it that we're trying to do.
Right.
We do earn a commission, but it's still a huge win for the restaurant owners. But once they get it, and some of them get it right away, they want to be a part of it, especially because we're not a discount app. We're a social business to reduce food waste, and we strengthen their brand image, and they want to be part of the CSR, corporate social responsibility, and they want us to help them be a part of it. So it actually, once some of these good brands that we have that will never be associated with discount apps, once they find out what we're doing, they go, oh, this is something we want to be a part of.
I mean, even if they sell one dish, at the end of the day, that's just a little extra pocket money that they can keep, right?
Yeah, it's extra pocket money, and not only is it extra pocket money, it's reducing their waste and reducing their waste disposal costs, and it's also marketing to our users. There might be lots of users on our app that never even knew about that restaurant, and it's happened. We've gotten feedback from some of these owners saying, because of your app, we've gotten more customers. Customers love our food, and they're finding us on our app, so it's just free marketing for them.
What has the public's reaction been like? How have they taken this on board? Do they get it?
Yeah, so, well, the thing is, in the West, this food waste issue has become a huge trend, and there's a lot of awareness about it now. In Korea, it's not there yet, and social awareness on social issues in Korea is not where it is in the West, although it's growing. So foreigners here are the ones that are really aware, are the ones that's really promoting our app and saying that, we're purchasing food, getting a discount, and we're doing our part. I think some Koreans are doing that, but that's a bit of our challenge, and our job is to create awareness and have Koreans say, hey, we are doing our part in reducing waste, and this is an issue. So that's what we're trying to do.
I mean, that must be one of the difficulties. People are aware of this issue of food waste, but when you ask people to eat old food, I mean, put it simply, they find it a little icky. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So part of your mission must be to change people's mind about how they think about old food and things like sell-by dates as well, right?
Right. So most of our food at the restaurants, all the food at our restaurants is the same day. So when you purchase it, if it's at the end of the day, when you purchase it, 2 minutes ago, it was full price. It's the same day food. So one of the things we're trying to do is make people aware that it's not food that's been left on a plate. It's food that's been prepared already, and it's that same day food. So it's fresh. It's not as fresh as coming out of the kitchen, but it's still fresh. So we avoid using words like leftover. We call it surplus food, perfectly good, untouched surplus food. And in Korean too, we avoid certain words so people know what it is. So that is one of the things that is a challenge, but we're up to that challenge, and we're using the right words and promoting and marketing ourselves in the correct way.
For the customers as well, they must be concerned about the food that they're being given. How do you ensure that it's safe to eat? And these are, as you say, things that were made that day.
Yeah. So when we work with our partners, they sign an agreement that they know that they can't use old food, and most places don't want to hurt their brand image anyway. And we have really good brands again. But again, what we're doing is, as we get bigger, we'll have an account team, and we'll have a review system on our app, and our account team will review each restaurant, and when they constantly have negative reviews, we will talk to them and we'll find out what's going on. And we have a 3 strikes you're out policy.
Right.
So if they continue to do it, they're off the app.
But that must be a challenge as well. I mean, like that means as it gets bigger, your team is going to have to get bigger.
Correct.
And you're going to have to physically check these things as well.
Correct. Right? Yeah. So we plan on having a pretty big account team to manage the accounts and to manage the quality. It's probably not going to be perfect, and there's going to be challenges, but I'm certain we'll figure out ways to figure that out.
I mean, how's it been so far? I mean, I saw on your Instagram page there was a description there called the rescued food count, and it currently stands at over 1,100. I mean, what is that? Is that the number of orders that the company has taken, or?
So that's a combination of rescued food that customers have bought on our app and rescued. A lot of it is at catered events. You've been to catered events where there's high quality food. At the end of the event, there's food that's untouched. Usually it goes in the trash. We have our team and a team of volunteers that go there, and we'll pack it ourselves, and we'll either, if there's a lot of food, we'll take it to a local shelter, homeless shelter, or we'll encourage people to take it home if there's not that much food. So yeah, we've rescued well over 1,000 portions within the last 2 months or so.
And you've been getting a good reception, not just from the restaurants and from the public, but also I understand you've gotten awards as well. There was an award I saw on your Instagram page again, that it was award for the business of the most potential.
Correct.
So other people as well are starting to see the potential of this business as well, right?
Right. And not only that, we're getting contacted by embassies and chambers of commerce and other organizations that want to reduce food waste and want us to be part of their CSR program. That's nonprofit part for us. And because we're so busy, it's hard to do every single one, but we try to do as many as possible and rescue as much food as possible.
that shows how much interest there is in food waste right now, right?
Correct, yeah.
I mean, this is certainly a growing issue. I mean,
Yes.
I've certainly wondered as well how much food that gets thrown away, and I've been to events as
it's
well.
a
I've worked at events, and it's incredible, right?
Yeah, it's hard. It's
I mean,
heartbreaking. Yeah.
but this is such a you're starting small, but this is obviously is it your mission as well to let people know about this, right?
Correct. Yeah, our mission is to really create awareness about this food waste issue and to significantly reduce the amount of wasted food, not only at restaurants and bakeries, but also at the farm level, at the distribution level, where there's a lot of waste. So we'll be tackling that in the future too.
And you're just at the beginning of this journey for your service as well. What are your plans in the future? How big do you want this to be?
So my co-founder Faras is from Indonesia. He's been in Korea for 6 years. But because of him and because of some of our advisors, we've been able to go to Indonesia and pitch and be a finalist. And we've gotten selected as a finalist at one competition. And the city of Jakarta selected us. We're one of 5 that city selected to collaborate with them on Jakarta's smart city. Jakarta's trying to become a smart city. So as soon as we launch there, hopefully early next year, we'll be partnered with the city already to reduce food waste. And we've gotten a lot of noise there because of my co-founder. So we've had a lot of contacts with franchise owners and government officials that want to work with us when we expand there. So Indonesia will be our immediate next market.
Right. So people in Korea, if you want a cheaper meal one day and if you want to do something better than just go to a local shop, you can check out this service. I think it's a wonderful service that you're providing, and I wish you all the best. And I hope
Thank
it
you.
continues to grow and that the awareness on food waste increases as well. We've been speaking to Lin Hwang, the co-founder and CEO of Damogo. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.